We just pulled up to the event, and the cars here are absolutely insane. It hasn't officially started yet, so I'm gonna do a little walk around before the crowds get absolutely nuts. One of my favorite McLarens ever made, the 688 High Sport, based on the 675 LT. This thing is so cool. Full exposed carbon fiber. Wow. Look at the gold accents, kind of like the McLaren F1. That is absolutely sick. Got a nice Artura here, and then I haven't seen the 750S before in person. Getting to see this for the first time. It's got that 765 LT style rear wing, that higher center exhaust, and then they eliminated, the only thing I don't like is they eliminated the flip down screen of the 720, which I thought was one of the coolest parts. It's got kind of the Artura setup there. And then check out the front, slight difference in the front end. And then this spec on this Elva is absolutely gorgeous. I believe it's amethyst, and it's got this kind of paint shift where it can look purple in certain lightings, brown in certain lightings, but the green accents are absolutely spectacular. And then it just keeps going. I mean, I could walk around this for hours. A Countach, never seen one in this color before. It's actually growing on me. When I first saw this car, I wasn't sure what to think about it, but I like it a lot more now, having kind of sat with the design. I'm still not a huge fan of the design language of these rear taillights on the Sion in this car, but the rest of the car is pretty darn cool. Triple F Collection just took delivery of some new Lambos. They've got this absolutely stunning Mercy SV with a Bowden exhaust. Allegedly sounds insane. And then beautiful Mercy as well. Believe this one is a manual with like 900 miles on it. Nice Technica. Beautiful 675. Their 765 is so cool. Oh, they've got two 765s, of course they do. Two 570S race cars, and then the LaFerrari potentially taking this out for a drive Monday or Tuesday. It's the last of the Holy Trinity that I haven't driven. Done the P1, done the 918, but this just looks ridiculous. 812 GTS, and then the Speedtail, the three-seater McLaren F1 successor. And then look at this. This is just art on wheels. Wyra BC Roadster. That carbon is so cool. And then look at the plaid red inserts. Oh my gosh. That roof scoop too. That's the coolest thing in my opinion, is they were able to do a roof scoop with a roofless car. So sick. All right, in case you didn't see enough Bugattis this morning, we've got a whole bunch over here. Another EB110. There's two EB110s in one place. That's pretty wild. Beautiful Chiron Supersport. And then a Veyron, another Wyra. And then look, I think this is a 599 SA Aperta. That's insanely rare. Wow.
Well, the weather was
so basically a 599 GTO Aperta version. That is freaking cool. Absolutely gorgeous spec McLaren P1, Aventador Ultime Roadster, a whole bunch of Aventadors, SVJ, 918 Spider, McLaren Senna, so kind of all the Triple F guys' cars. Another Senna, beautiful exposed carbon P1. This was the P1 that I drove first back in Monterey Car Week. And they said, hey, yeah, just take it for a spin. I almost thought they were joking. Nicest guys ever. And yeah, that's probably the best car I've ever driven to date, honestly. And then the Sabre, this thing is crazy. One of my favorite cars of all time. 300 SL Gullwing. You've got the matching luggage in the car. SVJ rolling through. Look at the crowd following the back of this car. That's unbelievable. All right, P1 LaFerrari or 918?
LaFerrari.
I know you're not gonna say Porsche, that's for damn sure.
Well, if you want to win races, you're probably gonna have to take the Porsche.
Yeah, that's fair enough. What's going on over here? Twin turbo Lambo?
I've never heard that before. What is it?
Literally the only cars revving the entire day, without exception, there's another one, are Lamborghinis. No other brand. Still one of the greatest cars ever made, the 2005 and 2006 Ford GT. What a good sounding, good looking car. Manual transmission, no traction control. And you can work on it yourself because it's got an F-150 Lightning motor. You don't see these very often, an Ultima RS. This is actually a road legal car with 1,200 horsepower. How ridiculous is that? 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds, 9.2 in the quarter mile. It's got a load of the interior, and this thing has a manual transmission. How crazy is that? When the Top Gear episode came out of the Mercy SV, this instantly became one of my favorite cars of all time. Just the looks and the sound are next level. Triple F Collection's new car, and it's on HREs. How sick is that? Brooks is getting his 50th Huracan. You're getting the Technico soon, huh?
Third Huracan, yes. Couple weeks.
They're pretty cool. I just drove one. It's nice.
You
yeah,
like
yeah,
it?
yeah. I actually genuinely liked it.
It's like an STO with all the aero.
Exactly.
Right? For $100,000 less.
Yeah, yeah. So apparently this might be the most expensive 765LT ever. The MSRP was $790,000 because of all the MSO options. And honestly, it looks like it was worth it. The way the blue fades, the exposed carbon fiber, that is too cool. Absolutely gorgeous 1967 Ferrari 275. Gonna take a look inside of the car.
This is probably 8, give or take.
8 million.
Yeah.
8.
Look at that interior.
Heavy hitter.
It wouldn't be the best drag car for you, but
I think it would.
I know.
I mean, it could.
Could you imagine? That would be cool. That would. Nobody has ever drag raced this on a YouTube video. That's for sure.
Oh, no, that's for sure.
Yeah. You sure RM doesn't need more marketing? Just kidding. That's an $8 million key,
Made in the USA.
and it looks original. It's got its little rust going on.
Oh yeah, so the owner of this car.
All right, so take that. Let's take it to Home Depot, get a copy. Yep.
I got a bar soap.
Okay, cool. So how cool is this? Just met this awesome subscriber, and he's got every single one of your favorite automotive YouTuber signatures on here, from Stradman to Shmee. It's actually really, really impressive. How crazy is this? It's called a Frisky Special 3-wheeler. It's obviously got 3 wheels, a motorcycle engine, and apparently to put it into reverse, you have to turn the car off and then turn the key in the opposite direction.
Millionaire tours, suicide.
Oh my, that is awesome. What are these things worth?
30 to 40.
Wow.
Going for sale in Monterey, so.
This looks like a safe vehicle to drive.
Definitely.
It would be fun during Monterey Car Week though, in Carmel and stuff. So Heritage 4 GT, I think he's gonna put it into track mode. Brooks is in love. Boom, race mode activated. I mean, if you go in and out of race mode enough, it's kind of like the Maybach.
There you go, yeah, exactly.
All right, you guys have to see the interior of this thing. It's all red. Looks absolutely nuts in here. Look at the red anodized paddles too. That is so cool. All right, they opened up the Countach now. Let's take a look at what interior color this is. Is it brown on brown?
You can smell
Looks
the
like
leather.
it is. Oh, that is wild. Some really cool cars over here from Graham Rahal Performance. Check this out. You do not see a lot of modified Carrera GTs, but this has got some tasteful mods. Look at those wheels. It looks a little bit lowered, and then this interior is absolutely nuts. The kind of woven leather that looks incredible. Check out the engine bay.
I do too.
And then this is absolutely gorgeous. I thought it was a Singer at first, but I guess it's a Graham Rahal car. So sick. Same interior as the CGT. GT4. It's actually not that loud for a race car.
One more time, one more time.
Look at that. Oh my God. Wyra Roadster, look at that roof scoop. Original Veyron starting up. That thing sounds mean. Holy moly. Well, that was about the quietest cold start I've ever heard. Another EB110, how crazy is that? We've got the normal version and then a Super Sport prototype, the silver one. We just had the craziest Triple F collection meet. We're headed back to their house in a full exposed carbon fiber 765LT Spider. All right, in the 765 with the Triple F logo. Let's fire this thing up and drive it home. Honestly, other than the P1, this has got to be one of the best driving, most incredible McLarens in recent times. And yeah, this is as crazy of a spec as it possibly gets. There's Jimmy pulling out in the LaFerrari. Brooks is over there in the Wyra. We've got the Senna. So how wild is this? They've got to get about 30 supercars and hypercars back to their house. And I was in a conversation with an awesome group of subscribers, and I guess I missed when they were handing out all the keys. So I'm so jealous Brooks is in that freaking Pagani, and we've got Jimmy in the LaFerrari. But I mean, a 765 LT. It could be a lot worse. This is a ridiculous convoy. What an awesome show. Oh, and the EB110 just sitting there. I gotta say, with the roof down, the 765 LT Spider is so sick. That extra exhaust note is just awesome, and you don't really gain that much weight, and you don't lose any structural rigidity. It's kind of the best of all worlds, really. Look at that dual 765 LT Spider action. What a spec. Whoa, this thing is fast. The steering feel on the 765 is so good. LaFerrari versus... And the Rimac next to us. What a group. So how crazy is this? And if you take a look at the interior and the exterior, it totally makes sense. But I'm currently driving the highest spec 765 LT Spider ever made with an MSRP of $790,000. And I gotta say, the brakes on this thing are absolutely insane. And one of my favorite parts is looking back in that rear view mirror, and when I press the brakes, that air brake folds up vertically, and it's just the coolest sensation. The confidence you get in these brakes is really, really impressive. Interestingly, because it feels a bit bigger, it's almost a little bit less raw than the 600 LT in a way. Although I imagine with downpipes and a tune and maybe the Senna bucket seats, it would feel even more insane. But man, I mean, this car is so fast, it is actually ridiculous. Oh my God. And it gets really good traction for a car that's this fast in rear wheel drive. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Look at this kid's face right now, absolutely freaking out. That's incredible. This license plate is so sick. It says Ferrari, but with 3 Fs for the triple F collection, FFF Ferrari. Oh man. Pulling back up to the triple F collection mansion in all of the hypercars. Just got back from an awesome convoy. Let's check out all of these cars because it's oh, look at that. I thought that was the end of it, and there is just a Countach sitting right there. 765, 675. Jimmy, how's the LaFerrari?
You know I'm not a Ferrari fan.
Yeah, but big fan of this one.
But I gotta tell you, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Unreal. Unreal.
It looks spectacular. It was a little quieter in the tunnel than I was expecting.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't free rev.
Yeah.
So unless you're like all up there on the RPMs, no. But amazing.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Seeing this thing drive on the street, I've never seen one of these driven on the road with any sort of speed. GTS, Artura, Maybach. Still one of my favorite, if not my favorite car I've ever driven. The full exposed carbon fiber P1. Another 765. This Mercy is loud. Speedtail behind it, Sabre behind that. This is just absurd. And then Brooks, gotta go talk to him. He got to drive the Roadster BC. That must have been a wild experience. What did you think? Wild?
It was nuts. Yeah, I mean,
What's the best part, other than how it looks?
the sound. Dude.
Yeah?
It's got the AMG like 700 horsepower or something.
Yeah.
It's faster than I thought.
It's not
was
slow.
dope. It was like the spin.
Once again, the gorgeous Vitesse. Awesome license plate. Ayrton on the Senna. And then the Rimac. How cool is this? A gold tool set for the Speedtail. They're snap-on tools, but in gold. That is so cool. And then next to it, Vitesse key box. Check it out. There's the key, and then the speed key for the top speed. All right, not only does this Urban Defender look really cool, listen to this exhaust in the back. Wow. All right, taking the 4x4 squared back to the house. The remaining cars, it's funny, these are like the cars that were almost forgotten about. We've got a 4x4, a 12C, a split window, a Maybach, a 6x6. I wish this had bounce mode. Why does this not bounce up and down, but the Maybach does?
Well, because it has a very complex axle system that there is no way that would ever work.
Okay, you didn't need to say like actually.
Sorry, I mean, I thought you were
well,
serious.
the portal axles, you know.
I mean, listen.
This thing is so funny. So I drove Houston Crosta's G63 4x4 squared, but I think the interior color combination makes this feel more like Maybach vibe. I mean, we have quilted leather seats, ambient lighting. It's the most beautiful interior in this ridiculous off-road vehicle. It makes no sense, but I love it. All right, back in the P1. This is like the only car in the world that I'm excited about going 2 miles an hour just around the corner to park it.
This is a very stressful 2 seconds.
Yeah, for real. Wow, look at all the text for race mode, basically saying, please never use that on the street. But we've got a 25-second delay for it to get out of race mode so we can move it. This is actually orgasmic at half a mile an hour.
Yeah. 1 mile an hour. No,
Yeah,
1 mile.
as we drive by this insane Countach. Look at this lineup right now. P1, 765, 812 GTS, Artura. Still need to drive one of these actually. LaFerrari. Oh man.